According to the Center for Retirement Research at Boston College, 53% of Americans are not likely to have enough money to keep living the lifestyle they're accustomed to in retirement. The normal retirement age used to be 65 years old, but that number is changing. People are going to have to work into their 70s and 80s before they can quit the workforce. There are several ways you can prevent this from happening to you. My name is David Fowler. I'm going to inform you about 3 options that are available to you: the 401k, mutual funds, and investing in the stock market. There are several options available to you when it comes to investing. Some investments are aggressive and others are relatively safe. There's a payoff for both. The more aggressive investing is volatile. It can make significant gains and losses from one day to the next. Safer investments tend to make a lot less money and don't fluctuate as much, and they're steady. The 401k is offered by most companies as a person's retirement fund. They typically match part of the individual's contributions, usually around 4 to 6%. The individual can invest much more in that, and a good rule of thumb is to invest 10% of your earnings towards your retirement. Most companies have different plans to choose from. Some are aggressive and some are relatively safe. Some are in between. You can invest up to $16,500 a year into a 401k. If you quit that job for whatever reason, you can transfer your 401k to your new job without being taxed, or you can cash it in and pay tax on it. Depending on the rules for that company, you can borrow money on your against your 401k and take money out whenever you need to. You may have to pay penalties or fees and taxes on money you pull out early. Overall, you should only pull your money out from a 401k in an emergency situation. Mutual funds are very similar to 401ks, but they are available to everyone. You have several options to choose from. You can be aggressive, safe, or somewhere in between. The funds are managed by a team, and they invest in several different stocks. Mutual funds diversify and invest in multiple stocks. For example, the American Century Growth Fund has had a 10.83% return for the life of the fund. Some of the companies that its holdings are invested in are Apple, Exxon, Google, Oracle, Coca-Cola, and Philip Morris. There are literally thousands of funds to choose from, and most have minimum investments, and you get started with electronic fund transfer from your checking account monthly, or you can pay upfront. When you pick a fund, you can download a prospectus, or they'll mail you one. The prospectus is going to give you an overview of that fund. It's going to tell you who the managers are, and it's going to tell you what they predominantly invest their money in. It's going to tell you everything you need to know about that fund. Some of the problems with mutual funds are that they have a lot of hidden fees and a lot of operating costs, and that can take money away from your return. Stock markets are open to the public, and examples are the New York Stock Exchange, NASDAQ, and the S&P 500. You invest in an individual stock for a certain company. The stock is divided into shares. A share has a set price at a particular time. Currently, Wells Fargo is valued at $34.32 a share. If you own 1,000 shares, it would be worth $34,320. 6 months from now, that price could drop to $30 a share, and it would only be worth $30,000. If you bought 100 shares of Apple stock in 1997 at $21.81 a share for a total of $2,181, your investment would grow. It would have grown, and you would have 400 shares worth around $150,000 before taxes. If you bought 100 shares of Microsoft in 1986 at $21 a share, you would now own 28,800 shares that have been split 9 times over that time period, and it would be worth around $750,000. Most people just don't save enough money for retirement, regardless of what they put it into, and they don't diversify their investments. You have to look at this as a long-range investment and get past the ebb and flow of daily and monthly share prices. If a share happens to be low at a particular time, you're buying more shares than you would if it was at a higher price. And eventually it'll get back to that point, and you'll have more shares to show for it. Today I covered a few options that are available to you for investing in your future. I only scratched the surface of what is out there. The sooner you start investing, the better off you'll be. It's never too early to start saving for your retirement, but it can definitely be too late. Over time, you're investing in more shares of stock regardless of what the stock markets are doing at present. U.S. stock markets have always recovered and have increased for that matter. You just have to be patient and informed.